Hey, kindergarten and first grade. So today we're going to be starting our first winter project. I love this project. This is going to be a bear dressed in an ugly sweater, as you guys can see. So we're going to learn how to draw this. So I'm going to do a directed draw with you. So what that means is that you're going to follow along with me in the video, but you'll get to add your own details and your own patterns on his ugly sweater. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about one of the elements of art that we're going to be learning about with this project, and that is called texture. So if you guys can see on my bear that there are a ton of little lines all over his face, and that is called texture. So I added those lines to make it look like fur. So texture is something that you can feel, but in art, it's something that you can see. And texture is one of those elements of art that's super important because it gives a lot of detail to our drawings or our paintings or whatever it is that we're doing. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to draw this textured bear. So right now, we're gonna start with just a pencil and a piece of paper, and we will get started. Okay. So the first thing that you guys are going to do, make sure you're following along with me. This is kind of tricky. Kind of not, but kind of. Okay, so we're gonna start by drawing the first part of our bear's ear. So it's kind of like a half circle on the left side of your paper. Then you're gonna draw a curved line and the other ear. Okay, so the top already looks kind of like an animal. It kind of looks like a teddy bear. We're gonna make it look like a real bear. Okay. Next, you're gonna draw the sides of his head, which again are curved lines. Make it a little longer. Okay, and then the bottom is gonna just connect, just like that. Okay, that's just gonna be our head of our bear. Now, the bottom part of this is super easy. All it is a line curved going down from the head on one side, curved going down from the head on the other side. So this whole thing down here is going to be his ugly sweater. So I thought this would be a cool like winter, like Christmassy project to get started with. Since it's December now, or almost December, when we're doing this video. Okay, now, once you guys have that, we're gonna move back up to the bear's face, and we're gonna make him look more like a bear, okay? So right about, move my pencil so you can see, I'd say right about here, you're gonna draw your bear's eye. I usually like to leave a little circle in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's kind of small. Here, let me try and zoom this in a little more. And then you're gonna color in the black part, but you're gonna leave the little white circle white. Okay, that one's a little bit bigger than this one. I don't wanted to fix it. Okay. Those are his eyes. Now we're gonna move back down to his nose. This is going to be an upside down triangle, but not pointy, it's rounded. See that? And we're gonna draw his little mouth. So two little lines going down. And then to really make it look like a bear, they kind of have like this round like thing around their nose. So it's just gonna be this oval shaped thing, just like that. Okay? I'm gonna fix this a little bit. That's why we always should start in pencil in case we mess up. Okay, just like that. And then around him, I added like the little dots for where his whiskers would be. If you could see that. You know what? I'm gonna get my black marker here so you guys can see this a little better. I added the little black dots for where his whiskers are. Okay? And then you you can go ahead and color in that nose black if you have a black marker or a black crayon. Okay, if you guys have both crayons and markers, you are going to want to use both of those for this project. If you only have one or the other, that's okay. It'll still work. But if you have both, that'll actually be the best. So now the next part's going to be the part that's going to take kind of the longest. But I promise it'll be worth it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead really quick and outline this so you guys can see it a little better. Okay, so now we're going to be adding a texture to our bear's head. Okay, so this texture is going to be a fur texture. How do we do a fur texture? Well, think of how fur looks. It's little lines, right? All they are little lines. There's definitely lots of different ways to make textures, but one of the easiest ways is to use lines. So using a black or brown marker will be best. If you don't have markers and you have to use a crayon for this, that's fine, you can do that. Okay, but a black or brown marker, and all you're gonna do, you guys, is you're gonna draw little lines, just little ones, because their hair is kind of short. And you guys are gonna draw these little texture lines all over your bear, even by his ears. And you're probably like, Mrs. A, this is gonna take forever. It won't take that long. It will take kind of long, but it won't take that long, and it'll be worth it, I promise. Texture is one of those things that really makes our drawing look more detailed. So I'm just going all the way around with my texture lines. And I'm going to keep going until I cover all of my space. Okay, so I think I have enough. I never outline these eyes. I think I have enough texture on my bear. And then remember, this bottom part is the kind of the fun part where we're gonna add our cool ugly sweater. So you don't, down here, do not have to do your texture lines. They're just on your bear's head. Okay, once you have that, you are going to start adding in your ugly sweater. So what I suggest doing, you can do it a different way. If you want to just draw your ugly sweater as is, you can. But what I did was I divided it into sections by just drawing curved lines. So like stripes. And then in each stripe, I added like a different ugly sweater pattern. So I'm going to put my other one back up here so you guys can see it. Now, I drew all of mine in pencil first, and then I started coloring it in. You guys will notice I did use a black marker to outline my entire bear and my entire ugly sweater. Why did I do that? Because it makes it stand out. You don't have to outline, but if you want to take the time to do that, it really will make it look awesome. So then once I was done with that, I just used my markers to color in different like small sections, but then you guys, I used crayons for the big sections. I really think crayons or colored pencils make it look a lot better than coloring it all in with marker. So that's why I use both. If you want to use both, yes. If you don't, that's okay too. And I also used a brown crayon to color in my bear's fur. And I used, I also used black. I actually mixed black and brown, and I did it around the edges. And then I did lighter brown, like around by his eyes. Okay, and then the last thing I just want to show you really quick, because I think a lot of you are going to want to know, how did I get my snowflakes in the background? If you want to do your background a different way, totally up to you. You can do that, but really quickly, I'm going to show how to do a snowflake. So all I did for that was I drew an X to start, and then a line across, and then you draw like a little dot on each one of those lines, and then you draw little lines, like little arrowed lines kind of inside, and that gives you like a cool looking snowflake. Or of course, an easier way to do a snowflake is to just draw a star with lines. Okay, so then I filled up my entire background with those, and then I colored it all in blue. Okay? Again, though, you guys, if you wanted to draw yours a different way, you definitely can do that. Okay? Well, I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you learned a little bit about texture and you got to experiment a little bit with texture, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!